Hello, wastelanders. Welcome to the initiative order and welcome to Vault. This is a Fallout TTRPG set in the Texas Commonwealth in 2177. We are using the new 2D20 system by Modifius. You can get your copy now at the Modifius store. It's pretty awesome. They have different sets that you can get and whatnot. And the books are finally out. Super excited about that. My name is April Hill. I will be the overseer. I am the overseer for this campaign. You can find me at stiletto_assassin on Instagram and stiletto DM on Twitter. Before we jump into the game, let's meet all of our amazing players. We will start with Ash.
Hi guys, I'm Brianna, but most of you guys know me as Utahime on the social of the medias. You can find me at Utahime Cosplay on Facebook, Instagram, here on Twitch, where I occasionally stream on my own channel, and Brianna DeCoster on Twitter. And I play Ash, this super mutant who is going through a semi-life crisis and figuring out more stuff from her past. It's complicated, and yeah. Let's see what happens. Hopefully we don't die today.
Oh no, not today. And we've got Sugar Cyrus.
Oh, hey, what can I say? It's Jay Casual. You can find me on all social media at Just2Casual and Casual Creativity at Twitch, where I aspire to inspire. To the day I expire with no plans to retire. I do all kinds of creative things across the internet, entertaining people, bringing love and passion anywhere that I can find humanity within humanity. And today, I am Sugar Cyrus, the ghoulish rock god of the wasteland. And things are starting to get quite interesting as karma keeps flowing. And I guess some facts about to be soon revealed.
Yes. And Peggy Sue.
Well, howdy, y'all. Taryn Hackett, also known as Val Root, using my natural accent that I've done a lot of work to get rid of. I am a TTRPG performer, GM here on the Initiative Order every other Sunday with Cult Divinity Lost Homebrew Far Realms. Come check it out while I give Jay Casual weekly or bi-weekly meltdowns. I am also the creative behind Umbral Oculus Dice. That is UO_dice on the Instagram, where you can follow my progress and all of the things I've got going. I do have stock available. There is a link in that bio to my shop and to my merch shop. So I definitely recommend you check me out there. I also do D&D streams and stuff all over the place. So keep an eye out on the Instagram at Balrook if you want to see me just as a general creative doing nerdy things.
And of course, Marcus Cole.
Hey, my name is Justin, and I play Mr. Marcus Cole, the slinger of guns and occasional partaker of a variety of different chemicals.
So many chems, so many drugs. And Tipper was unable to be here tonight, but of course you can find Alicia Marie all over the socials at Alicia Marie Body. And of course, we just posted the link there. So follow everybody on all of our socials for more information about all the cool projects that everyone is a part of. And Jay, heard you got to go to Gen Con this weekend.
Phenomenal experience across the board as I plugged TIO everywhere that I could.
Oh, that's why I was getting so many followers. I was wondering. I was like, man, somebody's like talking about me or something.
Yeah, I gained like several physical followers as well. I'm seeing a bunch of fairies following me. And yes, that's because there was a LARP event. So
did you
to answer that
drugs too while you?
I don't know. The fairies gave me dust.
The fairies gave you some pixie dust or fairy dust. Pixies and fairies are different creatures.
Yeah, they definitely give you different highs. I mean, different magical abilities.
All right, so before we get into the game, let's talk about our wonderful sponsors. Of course, we've got Session Zero Clothing. They have amazing D&D inspired streetwear. You can use the code ORDER at checkout for 15% off. In fact, they dropped some new merch today. You can check them out on their socials. They, I believe they came out with a new Feywild shirt, and it's stunning. It's very beautiful. The decorations on them are absolutely beautiful. So you're gonna go check that out over on their socials. As well as Norse Foundry. They create artisan dice, and you can use code TIO15 at the checkout for 15% off. And of course, roaming player gear by our own DM Ray, who the finale of Evermore Tales was yesterday, and it was absolutely beautiful. You're going to want to go check that out if you did not catch that miniseries. We've got it posted up here on Twitch, but you can also go check out our YouTube page. And of course, Utahime is in that, and it's just it's so beautiful. It's such a lovely story. So looking forward.
Not to mention someone else in this cast was actually helping with tech. Just saying.
Yes.
Oh, were you working on that, April?
No, you were kind enough to help with the tech, so we appreciate that.
I'll tell people that.
Yeah.
And
We've also got Mithril Armory, who makes beautiful 10 hedrals that are foldable metal dice puzzles. They come in a flat sheet of metal that you can fold into a usable dice. And they just came out with a new Kickstarter. So let's go take a look at that.
Wasteland Weekend is taking place tomorrow or Wednesday.
Yeah, it is.
Wasteland Weekend?
Yeah,
But like
'cause
this
Liz
week,
is-
Wednesday through the 26th.
Okay,
I
we're
guess I'm
back.
leaving.
I want, man, damn the pandemic. I want to go so bad. Maybe next year. That would be phenomenal. Anyway, so yes, so their Kickstarter, so Mithril Armory's Kickstarter is live now. In fact, they were fully funded, I believe, in the first day. So congratulations to Mithril Armory for that. They make these really cool, they have these really cool new metal dice. So you're gonna wanna go check that out. All right, and if you love what you see here and you love the story and what we do here with Vault, we do appreciate any tips on our Ko-Fi. You can find the link down below. We can also post the link here in chat. So we do appreciate, we split the tips amongst all the players, and we do appreciate tips because we're just playing and performing for you for free. And all of these set pieces cost money. And so do their cosplays and internet and all that. So we appreciate the help. And if you want to donate bits and subs, that goes to help creating more content on the initiative order and keeping everything running with that. And we also donate funds to various charities. You can check out the Discord for more information on who we donate to and all that. So everyone, I've talked a lot, and now let's get a little wasted. No, I'm not going to kill anybody today. What are you talking about?
No, we are going to kill ourselves because that's exactly how this game works.
We had been talking about starting a cult, and that part of that.
Peggy will die by her own. Yeah, it's gonna be
Her own
Peggy's own
volition.
stupid
Oh my
decision. It's
God.
gonna be stupid shit.
So please guide me through our funeral. I mean, our
Too
adventure.
much cactus juice, and she gonna walk into a landmine.
The quinchiest.
All right.
Only the quinchiest.
I feel like April has lulled us into a false sense of security with the landmine situation. Like, we're not checking anymore, and I know, like,
We're not checking.
we're gonna run
Yeah.
right into them again.
Yeah, there's gonna be things. All right. So last week, our wastelanders found themselves coming out of Vault 43, and after trying to set up camp for the night, Pawn turned on his radio and heard a distress call coming from the blast off radio station, which was not too far from Vault 43. And not only did sorry, I got distracted from chat. Not only did he hear his favorite radio station host being attacked by some what it sounded like super mutants, but a very familiar voice was coming from the background as well. His brother, Tybalt, was there as well for some strange reason. So you all pack up and you hit the road, traveling to Sterling City, where the blast off radio station is located. Getting to the city, sure enough, you find dead super mutants everywhere. You hear shots being fired from atop the radio station. You see Rodney the Rocket, as well as somebody else. Oh, it was Tybalt, battling a behemoth super mutant. This thing was as tall as the building. Absolutely huge. You were able to take it down, and you find out that after taking down the behemoth and the super mutant hounds, Rodney welcomes you in, gives you some beverages, and you all talk and chat for a bit. We find out that Pawn's mother is not doing too good, and all of his brothers have been out looking for him across the wasteland. And Tybalt, who is one of his favorite brothers, knew that Pawn really loved this radio station and always wanted to go play board games with them and go read comics and meet the people behind the radio station. And so he figured maybe he could be here. Well, as luck would have it, Pawn shows up, helps save the day, helps save his brother. And we also find some information out about Sugar. Well, maybe not too much information, but there's definitely something going on there. Some information to be had. Before the night ends, Pawn and the rest of the crew sit down around a table, and Rodney the Rocket leads them through one last game, one last good night with all their friends before hitting the road again, and Pawn going back to take care of his mother. Of Dungeons and Dragons. And the night goes on, you all have fun, you get some rest, and in the morning, Rodney and Pawn set out across the wasteland out across the wasteland towards Arizona, while you all carry on to go help with another brother, with Marcus. And we pick up on the road.
If we were picking up on the road, Peggy would still actively be bitching about the fact that Rodney the Rocket swapped out Cindy Lou for his gun, and while his gun is sexy as hell, that other gun belonged to her daddy, and she has not shut up about it. I'm talking like, if depending on how, like from the moment she woke up till now, Peggy has not stopped talking at all specifically about this gun.
I think at a certain point, Marcus will remind her of rule number 2. It's less talking.
I don't know shit about those goddamn rules anyways. Goddamn motherfucker took my goddamn, like, she's just mumbling on about it. She's like,
Ash would have probably turned on her pip and turned it up loudly. And anyone who obviously has been around Ash for any period of time knows that she doesn't care about music. So the fact that she's blasting it is her way of trying to show kindness to Peggy, to give her a hint to shut up.
Although, I mean, look at the muzzle on this one. I mean, he's definitely got, this one does have a scope. And this, okay, somebody tell me, for the love of God, surely this guy knows how to take care of a gun, though. I mean, look at this fucker. And she's just like, has it as they're walking and it's like inspecting it.
Again, you just see Ash just cranking that up.
All right. Now, you don't understand, Ash. I know that. Don't be all passive with me now. Like, I'm just saying, Sugar, we'll find it eventually, right? As she like kind of takes her hand and like grabs like Sugar's like sleeve, and it's just like, we're gonna get it back, right?
Sugar has been uncharacteristically quiet, and the guitar has remained in the case since we have departed. Yeah, I suppose.
Well, that's not very reassuring. Puts one cigarette out, lights another one. It's just constantly like in panic mode.
If Peggy does sort of like stop with chattering about it as often as she has since the first leg of the journey, Ash will like gradually turn down the pip and to turn off the music eventually, depending on if she's still talking about it or not.
She kind of like, you can tell she's definitely still thinking about it. Like she reaches past the point of trying to get people to reassure her and is just like, you can tell it's definitely internal. She's gone through like a whole pack since like leaving. It's like, yeah.
Is Marcus near Ash?
He'd be near whatever noise is drowning out Peggy.
Okay.
So possibly, yeah.
So where we're heading?
Marcus super supportive.
Yeah, thank you guys. Y'all are a very supportive group.
No problem.
Tipper supports me. I will just make that canon. Tipper has been patting her back as they're going and being like
a little too hard.
Yeah.
Where we're headed?
That's canon.
Are we in need of your lessons? And then she kind of like looks away, like.
I think it's best that we keep up with those in case they are needed. I mean, you never know when you might need to be at range as opposed to up close and personal.
It's true. It's true.
Although you do quite well with that aspect.
I mean, it's what I was built for. So yeah.
But yeah, we could definitely continue, and perhaps in the evening or the morning.
Appreciate it.
It's still pretty early in the day. It's kind of cooler now. It's later in the year. It's getting closer to December. And there's a bit of a chill in the air. It's warmer during the day than it is in the evening. The sun, when it goes down, it drops about 40 degrees when it's dark out. So it's pretty chill, but not uncomfortable or anything. And the sun's out, but there's a haze in the air, and dust.
Are there cars?
There are cars, yes.
Can we search said cars while on the way?
Of course.
Also,
Ash is looking for bullets.
While searching, checking for landmines.
Why do you think I'm going to try to blow you up? I mean, no. Yes. So along the road, while you're traveling, there would be several different types of cars and whatnot. And this is a road that you have not traveled on yet, especially as a group. The trek to Matador, it's roughly from Sterling City. It's roughly about 2 days, about two and a half days on foot, unless you wanted to make like any detours.
There's lots of cactus.
Are there detours to be made?
I mean, if you wanted to go visit some old friends and Hub City or, Hannah at the farm or yeah.
Cars.
There's a
Only
lot
the
of
cars.
places. There's a lot of places we can't go back to.
I mean, nobody wants to go back to Hub City, to be fair. And that's not just Taryn talking.
Have any of us been to Matador?
I have in real life.
No, and that's I wouldn't think so. Especially because especially you, Marcus, you probably haven't. No, you wouldn't have been there.
I don't know
Yeah.
if I mean, unless there was a bounty there, Peggy probably.
Would we
Matador-
know? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Matador is typically known for anything particular as in group ownership.
Yes, it is
The
known to
rattlesnakes,
be. Yes.
Would we
that
know
is-
of a location on the way
Peggy's
that
not
we could
just been
stop to get information about the area we're going into? Would
Or
that be knowledge that we
supplies.
have?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, there's a few settlements. There would be a few settlements between.
Not Hub City.
No, Hub City is not necessarily on the way. Like I said, detour. If you're going straight
Okay.
shot, it's about 2.5
Gotcha.
days. Detouring, it might add some time to it. But yeah, there would be a couple settlements between here and there. Not very large ones, some small ones. Ash, you would probably some of the cars that you're initially searching right outside of Sterling City look like they've been gone through already, probably from the members of the Blast Off radio station. But as you travel on a little bit further, there are some that don't look like they've been scavenged. Or if they haven't been done so with extra delicate care. So you will find a couple of, you probably find about 50 bottle caps total altogether from the various different cars. You would also find 3 Nuka-Colas, along with just some scrap. Just some uncommon scrap and some common scrap. I think it's called common and uncommon for crafting. And some rare. You'll say it's some rare too. Probably like 3 rare. And
While
a
they're
lead
walking,
pipe. If anybody wants a
Let-
lead, a lead
while
pipe.
they're,
Yeah.
while they're walking, at some point Peggy will snap out of her delirium, focusing on her gun, and she will like walk closer to Sugar, where he's just an earshot, and kind of like, because she was there briefly when that conversation started with Rodney. You never did tell me how Rodney knew who you were.
Unfortunately, he never told me either.
Now, Sugar, I know you well enough. I know you're being all cryptic with me.
Answering the question, or per se, providing a response to the statement.
Is there a reason he should know who you are?
Should know? I wouldn't say so. Could know? Always, absolutely.
You're a sneaky motherfucker, you know that?
I've lived nearly a century walking around with a guitar playing music for people that would normally shoot me on sight. Most people should know who I am.
Like I said, you're a sneaky motherfucker. Now, I ain't gonna pry, but if you ever want any of my secrets, you best be sharing some of yours. You know, it's that age old, you show me yours, I'll show you mine, and then she will walk away.
I've been offering to show mine for quite some time. Keeps walking.
There's definitely a snicker as she's walking. And then she's looking at the gun again. She's like she happens to, like, it catches her eye as she's walking, like turns a little bit and catches just like the stock of the gun and is like, mother. Like it just dawns on her again that her gun is gone.
Yeah, and the weight of this one does feel different, even on your back. It just
It's a nice gun. Damn. Oh, it looks all beat up and shit too. Hers had like silver plating. She is saying this out loud. She is bitching again. It starts up again. She can't help it. She's just like, this doesn't even have any fucking conchos on it. What the hell is this? And, like, just going on.
So as you all continue on, you do. It is getting darker because the days are shorter now that it's later in the year here in Texas. It starts to get darker. It starts to get a lot cooler. You do see in front of you there what appears to be the remains of a pre-war town. You don't see any lights coming from the town. You don't hear or sense any life from inside the town. Like, this town's been dead a long time and no one's been here for a very long time. And it's a very small town. There's a few abandoned houses. Most of them are in very bad disrepair. There's a couple of empty shops that look like they were ransacked long ago. Broken windows everywhere. There are cars. A couple of them look like they might have exploded at one point in time, riddled with bullet holes. You can see bullet holes in some of the brickwork of some of the shops. Some boarded up windows, but this town looks dead. But it is dark.
Any town sign on it?
Hmm?
Any kind of wording on this town? Peggy is at this point, as they're getting closer to like Rattlesnake Central, she's paying attention.
Yeah, some of the shops that you see, there would be like a general goods store, a Dollar General.
Yep.
Of course there would be. In every small town, there's a Dollar General. And there would also be a little, what it looks to have been probably a pre-war diner. Just a mom and pop type place from looking inside. The sign on the sign above the entrance, it looks to be very worn, like you can't quite make out what it says, but the last word appears to be fork.
Is there a particular like structure that looks like it's at least where it could provide decent shelter from rain or dust?
One of the houses as you're walking through the town, and you see there's a lot of collapsed roofs, roofs, and several of the
correct. Roof
depends on what kind of
trying to tell you to tell it.
Yep. Depends on what part of the country you're in. Okay. So as you're walking through the town, you do notice that several of the roofs, some of the buildings have completely collapsed, and you can find, searching through some of the general goods store, you would probably find 3 cans of dog food. If anybody wants 3 cans of dog food.
Ash will take it for not knowing if that's something that Lady Luck really eats, but because it's like we still have 1 dog in the party, she would probably pick it up just in case.
And 2 dirty waters and some imitation meat. 1 can of the imitation meat. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well,
I guess because I was looking for it, I'll just take everything.
Okay.
y'all want to settle down in one of these houses for the night?
It's the best bet.
Yeah, I think that's the best idea.
We need to get some semblance of rest if we're going to be facing the whole gang of whatever.
Well, by whatever, it's a bunch of people that ought to be dead, except for apparently one's brother.
Well, I do think it would be wise of us to find a settlement on the way, maybe get some intelligence about exactly what we're walking into. other than Scorpius and the rattlesnakes, I don't think we really know a whole lot about the area.
Do you think-
Does Peggy know a whole lot? I was just before, but like, does Peggy, because of all of her bounties, does she know anything in particular?
Mm, About the rattlesnakes, you've heard the name Scorpius, but you know him to be very dangerous. Not a lot of people will go up against him. No idea he had a daughter. No idea that it was, yes, had a daughter. There was no intel that she was the leader of the former leader of the Desert Rangers. But he's known to be ruthless. The reason why he is named Scorpius, you've heard, is because as a child, this is all rumor, speculation. As a child, he was stung in the face by a rad scorpion, and it gave he's got a lot of scarring on his face from his parents trying to burn away the venom. Yes, so very nasty stuff. But that's the rumor. And so a lot of people are afraid of him. He's known to be ruthless, but it's very hard to get close to him because he's usually surrounded by his people. So, yeah. But you are able to find one of the houses is still, it looks to be in fairly good condition for the times. The front porch is caved in a bit, but the roof of the house seems to be mostly intact. The walls are mostly intact. It's white, or probably was before the war, very nice white painted brick. There is an old car that's a flea that is, it's the model, is in the driveway still. There's also you can see a dog house that's just on the side in the front yard with a white fence, or what's left of a white fence around the front, as well as a mailbox, and looks to be a kid's bike in the front yard as well. But it looks like the best kept house that's in this little town.
Ash is going to look in the car.
In the car?
Yes.
Okay, when you open the car, you see inside there is a backpack in the back seat. In the front seat, there is a cup that has long since been emptied with what looks to have been some kind of plastic straw inside of it, but it's completely just like in shreds now, with a plastic lid on top. There's a lot of dust and dirt, but the backpack is probably like the most intact thing in the car. If you are you wanting to like do a thorough search of the car, like glove box and all that?
Yeah, because Ash is in her mind trying to find more bullets because she doesn't have that many for practice, but she's not really telling anyone that. She's just kind of searching.
Okay, let me look up which one is. Inside the glove compartment, you would find a robot repair kit, as well as a
Trash.
That's
Oh,
so
the trash.
She would normally, but now she's like, we'll keep Tipper for now.
as well as a, where is it?
If this was earlier Ash, she would have spit on it and then smashed it with her sledgehammer.
All right, as well as a 44 pistol and 11 rounds of ammunition for the 44.
And then when she finds that, she's gonna be like, Marcus,
Could be Winona too.
Marcus.
Marcus will
And
slowly
then she's like
move
doing her
to
head
the
this
Right
way.
up with a jolly look.
he'll walk up. Yeah, Ash.
this. Like she's like actually really like proud of herself that she found like another gun. So she's like, look. And then she's like pointing down at it.
That right there is a rare find. Those don't come around that often.
Is it better than this one? And then she like points the 10 millimeter that she has like
Again.
for a second, and she's like, oh, and then she points it up because she's like, oh shoot, like she's
Like
trying to not be like Tipper, but
Yeah,
she
like, I'm
totally
dealing
pulled
with
a
Tipper.
Tipper, and then she's like has it by her head, like some reason.
It's quite a bit better. It doesn't have the same ammo capacity or the fire rate, but it does significantly more damage, and it looks a lot cooler.
So then should I throw this one away?
No, I won't throw it away, but keep both. In fact, I've got a few extra rounds I could give you, and if you wanted to use that.
Well, how does this one handle compared to?
It's got a little more kick to it, but I have a feeling you can handle it.
All right. And then she's putting everything in her bag, and she's like,
and Marcus will hand you.
Let's shoot.
Marcus will hand you. It's gonna hurt. He's gonna hand you 12 bullets. That hurts a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
Whoa! I mean, are you sure about this? Because
No, I found this. I found this baton. I think I'll be fine if it comes down to it.
Well, I also found this, and then she pulls out the lead pipe.
Always gotta one up me. No, we can get some practice in. I've got another revolver that I don't use often anymore. We could use that to practice, so you go through that 44 ammo. That's rather rare. You might want to not use that unless you're actually shooting at something you want to hurt.
Yeah, I would rather focus the bullets going into the Rattlesnake gang members. So, yeah.
Yeah, that would be advisable. Yeah. Although you may not need to. You may just be able to hit them over the head with your hammer.
Well, yeah, but then I wouldn't be using the teachings.
It's true. It's true. I think the teachings are just going to prepare you for when the need arises. I don't force the need, just if it comes up naturally. That's when you want to rely on it. I don't think you want to force it.
I've been meaning to ask something. When did you lose them? Or at least lose track of them?
My brother?
Yeah.
That was quite a while ago. One second. I might have to check my notes. I'm trying to remember. Hold on. I'm gonna give a number. Do not hold me to it. I believe it was 5 years. I believe it was okay. It was roughly 5 years ago. It was around the time I left the Rangers shortly after.
Was it because of that?
It is now. Saffron wasn't in charge back then, but she was. But the Rangers themselves were trying to preach self-reliance, to not necessarily pay off these raider groups. A lot of the raider groups would you'd tithe to them, so they leave you alone. And we grew up on a pretty successful ranch, and we'd be able to fight off a lot of the smaller groups, but the larger ones, my mom and pa would just pay them off. It was just easier than fighting a large group. After I had left, the local ranger group had convinced them to stop tithing because it was just helping them, is what they were telling them. Well, and then when they stopped paying, they got wiped out. And then the Rangers weren't there to help them.
Wait, you mean your family was wiped out?
My family, all the ranch, everything was wiped out. That's why I left the Rangers.
Why didn't you try to get revenge? Why didn't you?
I did. I thought I had. I went on a several year. I refer to it as a bit of a dark time, but when I just went after every rattlesnake that I could find.
It's funny us talking like this right now compared to
Yeah.
how we originally met.
This whole time, I would like to specify that Peggy has been standing, leaning up against that porch, like off in the distance where they don't know, and she's humming to herself, "When the moon hits your eyes," like just sitting there, just like cannot hear what they're saying, but is just watching this interaction, just kind of like,
Sugar.
Is off to themselves away from the group, just sitting on debris that's suitable for sitting.
Lady has gone and has been investigating the little doghouse.
That makes sense.
She's sniffing it and curious about it.
Yeah, she's definitely trying to find a place to stay that isn't with the rest of these peasants. Not my words. That's her words.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, and Ash, I'm be honest with you, and I don't know how to phrase this, but part of this hasn't sunk in. I still don't know if I fully believe that my brother's alive, or if that wasn't just something Saffron said to get my hopes up. Because
Given is the fact that I thought that certain people in my past were also dead and turned out to be living, it's worth checking out, don't you think?
Oh no, I completely agree. And if Scorpius, if she was at least telling the truth that he had a hand in it, I definitely want to look him in the eye. But if it's true, then I left my brother to tilt in the wind for the last 5 years. And if it's not true, well then, I mean, I guess I'm back where I'm started. But a little spark of hope was ignited, and then it gets snuffed out. So I'm trying to not think about it too much. But I mean, I'll be honest, I'm a little bit hopeful.
Yeah, hope, it seems like a weird word to say when you have to survive in the wasteland.
Motherfucker of an emotion. Not very familiar with it.
Yeah, I thought so too. It wasn't until I saw Lefty again. So
Yeah, you just recently went through this, actually discovering something from your past was still around and kicking. And he fell under the same influence that helped take my family away.
I'll help you out.
And I appreciate it. I haven't had a group to help me like this since I was with the Rangers, and that may be a bad example. It didn't turn out very well, but I got a good feeling about this group.
Still sounds really weird hearing that. I don't know if I'll really get used to it, but
yeah. Wow.
Make her dinner first.
What is she talking about?
I'm not sure. She hasn't stopped talking about that fucking gun for the last 24 hours. I'm not sure.
I was about to literally pull out my pocket knife and slit her tongue from her.
I gotta
body.
say, you showed some great restraint. I mean, if this had been a month or two ago, I don't know what you would have done to her.
I guess even someone like me can. And then she stops saying what she was gonna say, and then she's just like,
Peggy just walks up. My ears were ringing.
"Yeah, I
I
said
heard y'all
that I
talking
was
about my
gonna
gun.
slit your tongue out of your mouth if you didn't stop talking about that damn gun."
I mean, it was my daddy's gun.
And we understand that, but
Didn't he give you a better one? He gave you a better gun.
Bring it
But
back.
but my daddy. Anyway, we're not. I've already said my case. I'm just sitting here.
I'm sure you'll get it back.
Damn right, I'm gonna get it back.
Did you at least leave a
He
note?
could have just asked for my damn number if he really wanted to.
Did you leave a note at the radio station? Did you leave him a note?
I did, but it kind of contained a lot of curses, and I'm like, in retrospect, I don't know how many sentences were in that, letter?
That may be his thing. I mean, his name is Rocket.
What does that mean?
He might enjoy getting cursed out.
That sounds like something Sugar'd be into.
Possibly. He seems like he's into quite a bit of things.
I don't know. I'm still just trying to wrap my head around the last couple weeks, whatever all this is anyways, if I'm honest. Found out that the person that was responsible for all this shit, same as you, both of y'all, killed the bitch. That felt real good. I'm not gonna lie, that felt really good.
Looked like it did.
Oh, it felt so good. I can't lie. The look on her face, I can't wait to hand her daddy her necklace. But in the meantime, I'm a little bitter because I'm technically still married. I don't like that.
I don't imagine I would either.
I liked my independence.
I don't really understand anything about what you just said, but all I can say is that
Well, oh yeah.
you'll probably see him Rocket again. I mean, I don't know.
Well,
I just have a feeling.
Here's the thing, Ass. Here's the skinny of it. So, I'm assuming at this point, because I've only heard bits and pieces while y'all were flirting, that Marcus's family.
I don't
has
know
been...
that that's
talking
what
about.
we
No,
were
that's
just
fine.
having a
Whatever.
conversation.
That's, you know what? I'm not here to, whatever. I'm just saying, my family was brutally murdered on my wedding day by a bunch of raiders that Saffron set on my family and our distillery. Fast forward, I woke up in the middle of the night, decided I was going to light my whole property on fire, including the raiders that were in it, including my husband. And he apparently survived that shit. Apparently he doesn't like showing his face, which just makes my heart real happy because he was real stuck up on his looks. Bet he's not so much more. Because I made sure he was on fire before I left. Needless to say, if he's still alive, I gotta finish that job. I can't let him run around. I want to be single again. Heck, if I'm looking at new prospects anyways.
I know we had talked about. We said we would help you with that as well.
It's just a lot to wrap my brain around, is what I mean.
Oh no,
it just keeps kind of coming back, and I thought he'd been dead for like 5 years or whatever, and so ditto.
It seems like we're on multiple missions to get back at certain people.
Yeah.
Yeah, would appear so.
Y'all seen Sugar?
No, he's been awful quiet. In fact, I haven't heard him. He hasn't played that guitar once
He hasn't
today.
said anything weird all day. That is really strange.
He hasn't said anything suggestive or otherwise. That is a bit
he
odd.
did. Don't short that. Granted,
Okay.
I might have instigated one of them. He still said some stuff.
Okay.
But I don't know. That Rocket dude sure seemed to know something about Sugar.
That Rocket seems to be a shit starter.
Rocket seems well informed, but yeah, I think they like to stir the pot. Needless to say, Sugar's been awful quiet. I'm not sure if I should be concerned or be concerned.
Probably the latter.
Probably.
You know them better than we do, so.
That I do. Kind of fond of him, really, but
He does grow on you after a while.
he'll grow on just about anything. You gotta be careful. He's had. I mean, we saw that bar scene. Did you watch that shit? That was like. He had that woman.
Again, about the plan for rattlesnakes.
Well, like I said, well, I don't know if that's a plan. That's a goal, but I think we should try to maybe stop by if there's a settlement on the way to maybe get some information about exactly what we're walking into. I don't know that he'll be as easy as the last raider camp we walked into.
Did you see
Oh,
the thing
no.
that we just went against?
No. Oh no.
I highly doubt they're anything like that thing.
No. This is gonna be the top dog. Scorpius is. I mean, he's the one.
You're telling me that a mere man
Well,
is
it's not just-
something
not
more
just-
to fear than
It's
the
not just
behemoth.
a mere man. We don't know how many
We don't
other
know.
men or women he has with him.
Power armor, mutants, ghouls, all the tricks. We know, as a bounty hunter, everybody knew where he's at. It is not a secret where Scorpius has been hiding. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with him though. You can talk about a bounty, but nobody gonna do that. I mean, this dude is. I mean, he's got lore about this fucker. Like everybody has all these stories about where he come from and how he got to where he was. Nobody knew nothing about everything else underneath it. I'm telling you, if the stories were already scary, not to weird us out or anything, but knowing that Saffron was his daughter, there's no telling what kinds of tricks this sunbuck has up his sleeve. You're absolutely right. We need some kind of info. We need our guitar player.
From inside the house, the door opens up and Tipper exits, and she's like super excited. She's like, "You guys, you have to see what I found." And then she's like, "Well, she has it behind her back." Are you ready?
Have you not been cooking dinner?
Go cook your own dinner, Marcus.
Get back in the goddamn kitchen.
Marcus. Peggy will kick
Stop
Marcus
that
real
rat
hard in the
poison.
shin.
Oh
Do
God.
you have any of that rat poison? I can put some extra stuff in the food for you.
Peggy straight up kicks Marcus in the shin. Just
From behind her back, she pulls out this furry little stuffed monkey that has this crazy expression on its face, and it's holding these two little symbols, and then she's like, "Look what it does!" And then she flips the switch on its back, and it starts ding 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 ding, and its eyes light up. And then it pauses, and then ding ding ding
I'm
ding.
fighting every urge in me to not shoot that sucker.
Now you see how I felt when you kept going on and on about that damn gun. Now we got a thing that's going to be making noise. The whole no.
Okay, one
No,
of
no,
those
no,
was
no, no,
valid.
no,
Okay, one of those
no.
was valid. Let me just clarify. No, fuck that. One of those was valid. One of those was my daddy's gun.
But you're gonna
Whatever.
see. I'm sure. I mean, I don't know.
That's
I
all
just
I
have a
wanted to hear
feeling.
y'all say. None of y'all confirm that shit. Y'all just want to keep talking and acting like I don't know that. Whatever.
Well, we
I'm not
know
gonna
where
shoot
to
the damn monkey.
find. We know where to find them. I think.
The Tipper, that's an awful good find. Just don't go too crazy with it.
Or I'll take my sledge and break it into a million pieces.
I was gonna use it to make another cash bot.
Get rid of those symbols, and it'll be perfect. You can put little daggers in its hands. Move the gears back a little.
Or maybe it could be, because it has symbols on it, maybe it could be a sugar bot. And it could be a distraction because it makes music.
You know what? If you want, Tipper, you and I need to collaborate on this. I got your back. Let's make this a sugar bot. Because I got some ideas. And I
Okay, I'm
know
gonna let
Sugar-
Alicia.
I don't like the sound of this.
And I know
one bit.
Sugar, they're going to be real
I'm
flattered
sure
to
if you
see
ask
a
her,
miniature version
she'll
of
make
it.
a Ashbot again if you ask her.
I don't
But
want
Sugar
another
Bot,
tiny.
Do you know how cute
weird
that little
version
thing is
of
gonna be?
me.
Oh my god, what a Bopper sees it. Bopper's gonna love that little thing. Probably eat it, but it's okay.
Then it would be useful for a change. Yeah.
Now, Sugar does some stuff that doesn't include.
No, I'm talking about that
I believe
ugly
she
was-
thing
I
that you
believe
call.
she was referring to the thing that will kill us all one day.
Yes, pretty
Bopper's
much.
gonna be plenty useful. What are y'all talking about Bopper like that for? That little bugger is gonna be able to eat whole lots of stuff.
That's what I'm worried
Including
about.
each
Yeah.
and every one of us.
Bopper ain't gonna eat me. I love Bopper. And if it does, I guess I'll have to put it down like I did its mama.
Before or after he kills
how I
us
got
all
that
in our
thing?
sleep.
Did y'all ever bother to ask where we got that? No, you didn't. You just
No, we
assumed.
didn't.
made
I don't think I
stupid
cared.
assumptions.
I don't.
Well,
I'm
we
honest.
killed
I
its
don't know that.
mama for one, so I'm not too scared. We took down its mommy. I don't say that out loud because I don't want Bopper. I mean, Bopper kind of knows, but Bopper's my baby now.
You don't
But
think
no,
he's just biding his time so you build trust and familiarity for him to just kill
I
you
love
in
Bopper,
your
he
sleep?
loves
That would be the
Scritches.
perfect revenge. That's actually very smart.
He didn't
Yeah.
That thing
witness
is
it.
thinking like that.
If it does, then like I said, I will put it down like I did his mama. But I don't want to do that. I love it. Look at. You've seen it get scritches. Why are you attacking my baby?
We're not attacking it. We're just pointing out the obvious.
That it's probably gonna gnaw on your arm,
Yeah.
chew it all the way off at some point, and then you won't be able to shoot anything.
You don't know that. And also, when I got it, to be fair, it was in a very different state of mind. I don't think that was a big concern of mine. It's changing a little bit now, but I love Bopper.
Which is why I haven't said much about it. But I mean, let's be honest. There's a timetable about how long you can keep that thing.
Well, then I'll let it go. I'll set it free one day on a raider village, and it'll have plenty to eat, and we can just go. And then if it comes back, it'll be like fake. You know, they say if you love something, let it go. Huh?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, have you trained that thing to attack like a dog would?
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna use it,
'Cause that could actually be useful.
get
I
some
just
use out of it
assumed that
before it turns on
Sugar's
us.
doing that because Sugar's the one that swoons animals and people, and we should probably talk about that. Actually, that's a good point.
Let's go find Sugar. And then
Yeah.
Ash is gonna try to go to like look for
Following.
Sugar to try to see if he trained Popper to attack people.
Hey, Sugar Shack. If they're walking.
Sure. So you've been just off looking at the stars, taking a breath, getting away from everything, not playing any music. Did you? Bopper has come out of his little carrying case and has gone over to the guitar case and is starting to like try to open it. He's like clawing. He's like crawled over there and he's like trying to claw at it and clawing. He's clawing at the buckles, at the fastenings, and he's making little scratches in the case itself, trying to get them open.
All right, little one. You know the rules. If it's not meat, you can't eat.
Play,
Come on.
play.
Come on.
Music.
I'm just going to pick a bumper and put it back in the harness thing. Not today, buddy. And then give it scritches. And then we'll pull out some of the seasoned jerky that I have and feed it the special batch.
Want to play.
And Sugar goes back to just looking up at the sky while leaning against, presuming a debris part building.
And you hear them calling out to you, looking for you, seeing to where you've gone from a distance.
Sugar Shack?
Yeah.
What you doing? Calling like a little kid as they're like obviously off in the distance, like, and she's starting to pinpoint his direction.
I'm sitting.
Where?
On the building.
Peggy like holds the side of the building and pokes her head around, immediately followed by Ash and Marcus.
And Ash is just shaking her head because she's just like, all right. Hey, so I had a question. Did you teach this thing how to attack enemies? Make itself useful?
All I taught it is that life has more to offer when you give it a chance to.
See,
What?
thank you.
I'll
Hey.
take that as a no.
And he you can see he takes his little claw and he's eating his jerky. He takes his little claw, he points to the guitar case. Want play?
This thing talks.
I take my baby's sugar.
It has a few words.
Marcus, I'm
Got it
starting
to
to think
repeat.
that your theory could be correct.
Oh my
Biding
God. And she
time.
just like is
Biding
running up
time.
and is like scritching.
And then
his
Ash is
face.
backing up slowly.
Is
play
the
for
seasoned
him?
jerky like fingers and thumbs? Just to clarify.
No, it's
okay.
It's
okay.
the Yoguai meat.
Okay, because I know you
then-
guys have been feeding him fingers as well, so I was just making sure.
Yeah. No, the
Well, there
jerky
was
is
nothing
actually
else.
cooked meat.
Okay.
Scritches. And...
Welcome, Raiders. Thank you, ELH. Thank you, friends, for tuning in. We appreciate the raid.
So proud of you. Oh my God, you did so good. Sugar, why aren't you playing for him?
Tonight's not the night.
Sugar, you seem a bit subdued. Is everything okay?
Yeah. All things happen in ways we don't expect, and other times in ways we don't want.
I mean, you're normally philosophical, but now you're really like amped it up like a lot.
Yeah,
Just
that sounds like a
strange.
fancy way of saying you're not okay.
Sure.
Well, fancy's what I do.
I know that, but if you want, it's like Peggy kind of looks away. You want people to start trusting you. I need you to trust us, Sugar.
Listen, if you have some revenge mission, you might as well add it to the list of our, our
That is
checklist to
also
do.
true.
Yeah, I mean,
I have no need for revenge. Revenge is only when you need to pay for something you did, or something you feel you should have done. I've done all I could. There's nothing left to do.
But
Does this
I
have to
know
do with
nothing
that
about you.
rocket dude?
Not necessarily.
Is it something he said or?
Are you upset about the gun? I mean, I'm pretty sure we can probably find him.
Don't tell me it's the gun.
Oh, please, we can figure that out.
Wait,
We
y'all
know
keep
where they're
making-
at.
I'm looking at both of you.
It's not about the gun. And you'll notice the accent is gone.
Sugar.
It's not about the gun or anything like that. I just don't deserve to play it. At least not this guitar.
What happened to your voice, Sugar?
There's no need to be what I'm not.
You mind explaining?
There's nothing to explain.
The
Are
hell
you
it
doing
is?
that role play thing that that rocket dude was trying to teach us for that Dungeons and Dragons crap?
No, I'm not allowed to play the guitar. I shouldn't have been playing it, but
Why are you not allowed to play the guitar?
it's not mine.
I mean, there's a lot of things that we pick up along the way that aren't technically
I
ours.
mean, a lot of this is finders keepers. I mean, that's kind of how the wasteland works.
That's how you have to survive.
I mean, Winona here. Well, it wasn't originally mine.
Yeah,
I'll
but
get into the guns and whose was whose first.
I shouldn't have brought up the gun. I'm sorry. That was in poor taste. I apologize.
Sugar. And Peggy is standing up and backing away. What the fuck?
it wasn't my guitar. And perhaps if I would have had my guitar, things would have been different. She'd still be here. But
Oh, Sugar.
Are you married like Peggy?
Would you mind starting from a different position or a different point? I'm having a difficult time following what you're trying to.
I
trying to
don't
say.
understand all this.
What?
Just
what
keep it
Marcus
simple.
said.
Keep it simple.
Sugar, I need to know what you're talking about.
We were supposed to perform. And I ended up leaving my guitar elsewhere. So I went to go get her guitar. We were supposed to perform. It was going to be a great performance. So I
Who
make
is
my way to
this?
the back. Doesn't matter anymore.
You went to get her guitar, and then something happened.
I was in the vault, and I made my way to the back where we stored everything. And the nukes hit. Everyone in the front of the vault got hit. They didn't close the doors yet. Except for me, because I was in the storage unit when it sealed. As I got my hands on her guitar. When the doors open, everybody's dead. At least the people I could find.
I think we all can understand guilt, but that doesn't sound like that had anything to do with being your fault. You just were going to get a guitar.
Yeah, but if I would have had mine,
And you would have been dead too.
and I wouldn't have been wandering 100 years in the wasteland on my own.
I mean, that's a true statement. But like you're fond of saying sometimes there's a reason for it, right?
There's always a reason. Doesn't mean I have to like it.
No, you don't. But not playing a guitar because you got reminded of something? I mean, I understand you might need to process it, but
At least you survived from one of those hellholes.
I mean, you seem to have been doing something right for the last 100 years.
Honestly, I've been spending the last 100 years trying to end my life the best way I could. Going headstrong to every moment, but it seems like the universe just won't let me go. This is my hell, living with the memories. I've traveled to every place I can find that had any of our albums, any record of us, and burn it. I remember the first time I came out the vault, got attacked by a bunch of raiders. I didn't care. Lo and behold, just as they're about to eliminate me, a damn death claw runs through, murders them, and keeps running. Ignores me entirely. I go to pick up one of their guns. I don't want to be here anymore. Of course, each and every one of their guns jams. People keep calling me lucky. Blessed even. Every night, I dream of the good times I've had, only to wake up in a wasteland without them. Every sound I hear is a rhythm that I remember us beating to in the back of a van driving across country to the next possible big hit. I can't get their drums out of my head. I can't get the strumming out. I can't get her voice out of my head. I play music to hopefully drown it out.
Peggy won't say anything. She's just gonna go up and give him like a really big hug and like just stays there for a minute. And then like steps up.
I pulled the grenade off of Johnson, hoping it'll blow us all to hell, and I barely get a scratch on me. People call me brave. I just wanted to stop. I just want to sleep.
Ring around the roses, pocket full of roses. From somewhere in the next yard over, in the backyard, you hear this low muffled singing coming from the backyard.
Music's everywhere. She taught me that too.
What was her name?
Ashley Magdalena Quintana. Maggie Q. The best guitarist I've ever known.
Well, Sugar, I'm truly sorry that you've had to go through and endure all that. I wish there was something I could say or do to take that away, but there's not.
Yeah. I live in a hell, doing my best to make sure no one else has to.
Well, I don't have any fancy words for you, Sugar. And I know you don't want to be here. But I gotta tell you, if I'm walking through hell, I'm real happy you're the one with me. Because I know I wouldn't be here right now. But I understand. Dreams and all. And Peggy will start to sneak towards wherever that sound was coming from.
Tipper holds up. I found this. Ching, 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 ching. Flips it back off.
We need to work with Tipper on reading the room.
It was creepy as hell.
Has never gotten it. She still won't.
Yeah, that's another update that she's missing. But we're gonna have to wait for what's her name to not be, busy.
What was that again, Peggy?
Bumping.
Okay.
What is that smirk? What are you, 5? I'm dropping you. Peggy is walking around the front of the house now, quickly looking down and trying to not make eye contact with anybody.
As well she should.
Yeah.
When you get closer to the backyard, you can hear the singing a little bit clearer, Peggy. You can't see anybody. You don't see anything. The fence is kind of low. It's fallen over in a few places. But looking over into the backyard of the house next door to the one that you all were going to set up camp at, just looking back there, and there's bits of rubble and scrap, and there's a few there's tall grass, and there's a bunch of junk back there, like an old refrigerator, an old one of those old freezers, a couple of piles of bikes and scrap metal and whatnot, an old car that even old before pre-war standards. So.
And I continuing to sneak. I don't see. Anything?
No, you're not seeing anybody, but you
That's where the sound is coming from, is that specific
in the
location?
backyard. Yeah.
Gun will be drawn. And
So
I
you're sneaking into the
will...
backyard? Yeah.
Yes, I am sneaking. I'm a sneaky. I am sneaking.
Okay. Yeah.
Are
go
you
ahead.
sneaking, Phil? I'm not sure.
Sneaking.
Okay, just
Super sneak. No, I'm clarifying this because April. Because April will kill me.
Yeah. Do sneak plus agility.
Okay. Okay. Sneak plus agility.
Say it.
Yes.
Yep, say it one more time. Just
Sneak plus agility.
Plus agility.
That's a goal of 16. It is a that is one of my tag skills as well.
Oh.
So that is 3 successes on sneaking.
Perfect. 3 action points, unless y'all are currently full, which.
Oh, we are.
Perfect. Okay.
Shit.
The difficulty of 0. So you creep back into the backyard. It is very dark. The moon is shining just a little bit of light back here, but for the most part, everything is dark. It's casting a lot of eerie shadows. The dead grass is very tall back here, and you are sneaking quite stealthily in the backyard, but you hear the singing. It sounds like it sounds childlike, but coming from an adult tone of voice, and you listen and you follow it, and you get closer, and the deep freezer, it seems to be coming from there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, Peggy will begin to sneak the fuck away.
Sneak the fuck away.
Back to everybody, and to where they can see her. She's just trying to get she's not losing sight on what on the free, but she's trying to get to where they can see her, and she is trying to flag them over.
Don't notice at all. Instead, this is gonna try to continue to engage Sugar in conversation.
Yeah,
Oh my
Ash
God.
Is, Ash is kind of at this point, just no.
Good luck, Peggy.
I will continue to back away. I'm going to continue to get closer to the group and trying to get their attention without, because creepy shit.
Ash will turn to Sugar. Listen, I didn't realize we had some similarities. Besides us all trying to survive here in the wasteland. One thing I learned is that living is hell. But the way I look at it, it doesn't mean that we can't keep fighting. It's the best way I can get revenge. This irony called life.
There's a reason why I often turn to alcohol and drugs, but so taking my advice with a grain of salt, but she is right. It's a way to move on. And if you ever want to talk about it, sometimes I've been told that helps. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but it seems like you kept it bottled up for quite a while. So if you ever want to just have a conversation about what it was like back then, what she was like, I'd be happy to listen.
Maybe. Someday. Tonight, though.
No, I understand. It seems like it's definitely reopened a wound for you.
Yeah.
Ash is going to reach into her bag and hand him, even though it's just her way of kind of returning the favor, one of the Nuka-Colas, and then gonna set down in front of him the 3 cans of dog food, and then go to see what the heck Peggy is up to.
Yeah, at that point, if Marcus sees Peggy waving down like she just saw Mike Myers or whatever, I'll start heading that way.
Black sheep, have you any wool?
No, and then as soon as he hears that, he just fucking turns around and just, fuck that shit.
Ash wants to ignore.
I'm kidding.
But
I'm kidding. I
Ash
completely
wants
walked
to
in
ignore,
that way.
but she's just like.
Peggy's like,
So we all hear this weird ass music.
Peggy hears it a lot louder. You could faintly hear it before, but Peggy hears it a lot louder because she's closer to the source.
Ash does not. She does not stop her pace, and she does not advance sneakily. She's going to try to go towards the noise.
Marcus does also not sneak.
Peggy is sitting there doing this the whole time they're coming up, like.
And Marcus will ask. I thought that was Tipper making that noise.
No, it's coming out of that fucking freezer.
I thought she found some weird other toy.
That was my assumption.
No, it's a person. It is coming out of that fucking freezer.
Well, then stand back, and then Ash is going to walk forward to open.
Hey, is anybody out there?
Yeah.
I hear voices.
Can you stop being weird? Show yourself.
Can you? If we open this, do you promise not to murder us? Because you singing really weird is throwing us off.
You can open it?
I assume so.
Ash is just gonna.
Hold on, Ash. She didn't promise not to murder us.
Ash is gonna go for it anyway because she's really not scared of this person that's randomly singing in a freaking freezer. Because Ash is crazy. She just doesn't care.
So, you're opening the freezer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ash does not care.
It is not locked. It is not locked, but you open it up and the smell is what you notice first. It's a very interesting smell. You know how when it rains that, the dirt, the new fresh dirt smell, it's like that, but bad. It's like when you're in like a very old person's house and the mothballs and the old dirt and almost a smell of decay inside this freezer. And as your eyes adjust to the light, and there is no light coming from inside the freezer, but it's still quite dark. Laying in the freezer, just huddled up like in a ball, is a ghoul. This ghoul has it's just a little bit of smattering of hair on their head. It looks to have been like a dirty blonde color at some point in time. And there's scrap bits of clothing that's still on them. Way too small for the figure that's inside the freezer. The scrap bits of clothing. Timothy wants to say hello to you. Are you real?
Who the hell is Timothy?
Timothy doesn't know if you're real or not. Timothy's very confused.
Ash will kick the side of the freezer to basically shake it. So then that way it's like, obviously the movement shows that she's real. Because she's not trying to touch a ghoul in case,
Timothy is definitely awake.
Sugar.
Where is Timothy?
Are you Timothy?
My name is Timothy. What is your name?
His name is Pinky.
He reaches out a hand and taps Marcus on the forehead. You're it.
Oh, where's Tipper? She probably had better luck with this.
Oh,
what were you doing in this the fridge here?
Timothy's been hiding
From
Timothy's friends. Timothy has been waiting for friends to find him. You found me, now you're it.
How long has that been?
Timothy has been waiting. Timothy's not sure. Timothy misses his family. Do you want to play?
I know somebody who might be interested. Peggy. And then, and then Ash gonna look towards Peggy and like
hey,
motion over.
Timothy, you said you want to play? What do you like to play there, Timothy?
Timothy was playing hide and seek with his friends.
What kind of friends you got, Timothy?
My friend Andrew. I was having a sleepover at his house.
That was a long time, wasn't it, Timothy?
I don't remember.
Hey, I got somebody you need to meet, Timothy. Do you want to?
You can introduce him to Bopper?
No.
Okay.
It's dark. It is dark. Are you allowed out after dark, Timothy?
It was dark in here too. Did the sun die?
No, the sun went down, honey.
Timothy hasn't seen the sun in a long time.
Yeah, I bet. Hey, follow me, babe. It'll be all right. We're gonna try to help you.
He tries to stand up, and he's been in there for so long, it's like hard for him to get out. You see, he's not small like a child. It looks like he's grown, but his clothes are still small. And he's trying to get up. Oh, and he stretches out, and you can hear snaps and pops and cracks as his body lengthens. And even after he stumbles out and tries to stand up, he's still kind of hunched over a little bit. Things look different.
Some bad stuff happened, Timothy, but it's gonna be all right.
Can you take me to my mommy and daddy?
We can here just a second. I got another friend that maybe we can help you out. All right, you want to follow me for just a second?
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
Well, how? All right. Well, my name is Peggy Sue. Your name is Timothy. This here is Ash. And that man in the hat right there, that's Pinky.
Pinky's it.
Pinky is it. He's a little silly too.
Don't hide in there. You'll get stuck.
Yeah, we ain't gonna do that. But we're not strangers right now. We're adults trying to help you. We're trying to help you. It's a lot different. You're right. You shouldn't trust strangers. But
are you friends with Andrew's parents?
I had a friend Andrew back in the day, but I don't know if it's the same one. But let's see if we can find him for you though, because
okay.
Some come this way. And she will offer her hand out like to take his hand.
And it's a man's hand, but
yeah,
a ghoul. Very, very dusty, very old.
Ash is watching carefully.
Yeah,
that's the fact that she's not 100% sure what could transpire from this. So
yeah, no, Peggy looks at Ash kind of like in a keep an eye, like is like a I see you, like keep an eye kind of a way. As they
nod to Peggy, like an understanding.
Like as they walk towards the front of the house or wherever Sugar was sitting. Sugar?
Yeah.
I know you're going through a whole lot right now, but we just made a friend.
Oh, I'm not supposed to have sugar this late. Mommy does not let me.
Yeah, I have to watch how much sugar I can get too. But this is my friend. This is Sugar. Sugar, this is Timothy.
And Timothy like looks at Sugar and starts backing away and like hides behind you. Is it Halloween?
It is all it's a little past Halloween, but Sugar's one of the nicest people I've ever met. Don't worry about Sugar. Sugar's nicer than all of us. Even
Did
if they don't
Sugar
think
get
so.
very bad sunburn?
You can say that.
You're supposed to wear sunscreen, my mommy said, or the skin will start peeling like that. And then Timothy like notices his own arm. What's wrong with Timothy's arm? Did I get in the sunburn too?
Hey, Timothy, I need you to sit down, baby.
And he like immediately collapses on the floor and starts rocking back and forth. I just want to go home. I just want to go home. Where is my mommy?
We're gonna find her, Timothy. Just hang on just a second. That's all. We're trying to find out where we can go.
Am I dreaming? Is this a dream? I'm staying at my friend's house. We're having a sleepover. We're playing games. I need to wake up.
Just lay down, close your eyes, honey, and see if you wake up, okay? But just lay there and calm down.
He's just kind of silently rocking back and forth, and looks at his hands every once in a while and puts them back down and is looking around and looking up at everything and the state of the buildings and everything around you, and just very confused.
Peggy will lean over towards like Marcus and everybody and like whisper, what do we do?
This is out of my fucking wheelhouse. I have no idea.
Well said. I think the only person who could help this is obviously Sugar.
No. I've dealt with something like this before. You don't want me to deal with it.
So you're thinking the same solution I am.
It's the one I've used before.
What exactly is that?
Send him to a farm upstate.
A man out of time finds a way to catch up. A boy lost in time is too far behind.
I'm just tired of all the freaking riddles. Can you just speak in plain English?
He's saying it's a lot easier for an adult mind to grasp this.
You want less riddle, as you would put it. This is one problem that you can smash.
You
Timothy?
see, as you're talking, Timothy gets up and he starts running towards the house that you all were trying to make a camp at, where Tipper found the monkey with the symbols, and starts running towards it as fast as he can, which is not very fast. And he's kind of like hobbling along, bent over, still uncomfortable from being in the freezer for so long. That was not on, mind you. There was no electricity to it. And he's screaming as he runs to the house, Andrew, they found me. Game is over. I want to go home now. And he runs in the door. He runs in the door of the house.
Peggy is just kind of books it after Timothy.
You find him inside one of the rooms in the house where Tipper had found the monkey with the symbols, and he's looking around. Andrew's room is very dirty now. His mommy's not going to be happy about that. He needs to clean it.
Hey, baby. There's nobody here. We can't find anybody around here, honey.
But we were playing hide and seek and we were going to have a sleepover.
I know, honey. But there was some bad stuff that happened while you were hiding, and everybody's gone off. They probably couldn't find you and they didn't know where you were, but we found you. Are you hungry?
I ate before we played hide and seek. Andrew's parents are very nice.
They are? What are their names? As Peggy will approach.
Shirley and Martin.
Shirley and Martin?
Mm-hmm.
She'll kind of like take a seat on the bed.
They
like
have my mommy's phone number. They could call her. She can come pick me up.
Okay. Well, do you want to stay in here for me? And I'll go look and see if I can get that phone number.
Okay. And
Okay.
he will sit down and he will pull out from one of the drawers, the chest drawer, the drawers, desk, whatever, pull out, and then he'll pick up some wooden blocks from inside one of the drawers and start stacking them and playing with them on the floor.
She will briefly walk out of the room and kind of just stare at the wall. Does anybody else come in at any point?
Sugar walked in.
I don't want to.
And then Sugar
Ash
takes
and
the
Marcus
guitar
are just
case
looking at each other.
Yeah.
and sets it against the wall next to Peggy. Unlatches it. Opens it. Pulls out some of the items without like fully exposing what it is. Closes, latches it back up.
Sugar?
You said I was a good person. Ashley's the one who made me that way. And then goes into the room.
Peggy follows. What are you doing?
You should probably go
No.
take a walk.
I have an idea. Hey, Timothy, honey. You want to come put your head in my lap for a second?
Are you going to take me home now?
We are in just a second, but we're waiting, okay? We made a phone call and we're gonna wait here. All right, baby? Do you want to come sit across me real quick?
Mommy and Daddy were going to go for a date.
Yeah, they finished. Yeah, they that's all right. We're gonna get a hold of them. Do you want to tell me more about Andrew and what y'all did and how the party was?
Mm-hmm. It was fun.
As
we played hide and seek.
Peggy will motion towards Sugar as she's kind of like stroking like Timothy's like kind of along his eyebrow. Were there cool gifts?
This was not a birthday party, silly. Just a sleepover.
Just a sleepover?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What'd y'all watch?
Oh, we were not allowed to watch the TV. We played in Andrew's room, and we played blocks, and then we had dinner, and then we got to play outside with Andrew's doggy, and then we were going to play hide and seek.
What was that doggy's name?
Rover.
Rover?
Typical.
Yeah.
It was a good doggy.
What is Sugar doing? Is Peggy is, I mean, she's clearly like waiting. She just doesn't want to leave Timothy alone.
Oh. Sugar does appear to hesitate with the method as Sugar was holding some guitar strings.
Mm-hmm. She motions at her gun that is propped up in
You
the
see-
Can you
hallway.
take me home now?
And you see Sugar kind of like
I'm
looking at it,
tired.
like,
We will in just a second. They're gonna be on their way in just a moment. That we got a hold of them. They're gonna be here.
goes over. Checks.
Yeah.
And you notice like Sugar's like management of it is really with clean finesse. Like you could see.
Mm-hmm.
And then turns on the Pit Boy. Playing the nursery rhyme song. Just the rhythm.
Do you know this one, Timothy?
Mm-hmm. My mommy
sing?
sang this one to me.
Aims. With a quick pull. The echo fires. A precise shot. And sets the gun down.
Peggy will kind of haphazardly carry him to the bed and tuck him in.
He's, although very emaciated,
Yeah.
eyes of a man.
Yeah.
But
Like that's why I say haphazardly, like not great, but she's like, you can tell she's like hell bent on doing it.
You didn't have to be in here.
Couldn't let him go by himself like that. I know what a kid looks like when they're scared. When that happens. I won't have it. And she just kind of gets up, grabs her gun, and starts to walk out.
And as you're like leaving, Sugar will walk over, lean over, tap him on the forehead. You're it, buddy. Keep playing. And we'll walk out.
Did Ash and Marcus hear the gunshot?
Were
Yeah.
you outside or did you come inside?
No, we were outside.
We were
but
outside.
I'm just wondering if
It doesn't have any kind of silencer or anything.
And it's a rifle.
If that were the case, Ash would have turned to Marcus and said, "He's wrong, you know. It's not how I handle everything."
I know. I'm just glad we didn't have to do it.
And she kind of
Like,
like shakes
yeah.
her head, and she's just like it wasn't in her mind. It wasn't the way to handle it.
Sugar takes the case, walks out of the building.
Peggy is still standing just like at the front of the building, like just kind of staring off.
If it brings any solace, nearly a century in the wasteland, you find a lot of people lost out of time. And typically, they experience much worse. The wasteland, it eats at people in ways that many don't comprehend, especially those from before.
I know. You said Ash is the one that made you a good person.
My previous guitarist, her name's Ashley.
Why'd you ever bring that up? I mean, I know it's a... We would have understood, you know. And before you say any more, you don't have to. These are just my musings.
It's one thing to talk about and discuss losing your bandmates, your best friend, travel partner. It's another thing to have to remember that you lost a whole opportunity for a family.
I understand.
I used to think I wasn't ready to be a father. The nukes made sure of that one. The reason I feel guilty is not because I couldn't stop what happened to Ashley, or couldn't be there with her. It's because I couldn't die with my partner and my unborn child, so that's what I carry every day for more than 3,600 days.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I meant it. I'm glad you're here with us, but I understand why you wouldn't want to be. And for what it's worth, you're a damn fine guitarist, and I'm pretty sure anybody that knew you and loved you would hate to ever hear you put that shit down. Just a thought.
Maybe.
Did we do what was right in there?
Truthfully, I couldn't tell you. Doing what's right becomes harder out here. When I first came out, I wanted to do what was right. Then I realized that the wasteland destroyed people, destroyed humanity. I watched families turn on one another. I watched ghouls who were once children of their parents and just let it happen because they couldn't experience dealing with that. I've watched small cities try to grow and crumble over and over. I've seen people withhold medicine. I've seen people build tyrannical fortresses. I've seen people incarcerate, make slaves, torture for the sake of it. When I said I've walked this hell, I've seen every circle across every stretch of land. Out here, it's not about doing what's right. It's about doing what we can. If we focus too much on doing what's right, we'll drive ourselves mad.
Tell me about it. As much as I hate to admit it, Sugar. You know we have a family now, right? Consists of that bugger over there who has a really nice water bottle. And
Calvin. My name. It's Calvin.
well, nice to meet you, Calvin. My name is Miss Peggy Sue James. And I would very much like to be a widow again. Because I don't know if it's fucking right. But it's something I can do. And I sure would appreciate it if you would help me out. Because I know I can't go home to my family until that shit's done.
I already told you. Karma's my job. Karma's not done with you yet. Let's see what probably should check on everyone else.
They're probably kissing. I'm pretty sure. I saw them flirting as they start walking towards where everyone was. Peggy, of course, is like, you can tell she's kind of BS. And she's just like, I swear to God, those two just need to like.
So from outside, you see Sugar and Peggy go into the house, chasing after Timothy. After a time, you do hear this shot ring out from inside the house. It's dead quiet.
Right.
It's very loud from where you hear from standing outside the house.
And that was when Ash said what she said to Marcus.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Peggy
is visibly crying.
I don't know if now's the time or not, but I want to get my mind off of this. But would you want to go and find a place where we might be able to practice shooting or something? Just
Occasionally you come up with good ideas.
that's been known to happen once in a blue moon.
Lead the way. Teach.
We'll workshop
Don't
that.
get too excited
Yeah.
about that.
Peggy and Calvin can then sneak up and just watch them do this, and then Peggy will be going, see what I was talking about? Look at that. What did I tell you? Right there, that tension right there. Look.
Sugar would have, like, upon walking out, would have then walked away.
God damn it.
Wait, what? Walk away?
Walk
Take that.
away.
Take that.
Oh,
Peggy.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Well, then Peggy's sitting there doing it, talking to herself because she's bored as shit by herself.
The shade of it all.
Right?
In the coming silence, a few plucks are heard. The tone shifting. It's familiar of a guitar retuning. And the volume echoes for a moment, connected to a Pip-Boy. And soft yet loud simultaneously. L is for the way you looked at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore can. And the rest of it is strummed softly without another verbal sign of vocals.
And Bopper has found his way to Lady, has crawled out of his little pouch, his little carrying case, and crawled on top of Lady's back, and almost looking like He's riding a horse. Has come over, galloping across the yard to where Sugar is playing the music. Play! Is very excited and starts clapping his little clawed hands together, listening to Sugar play. This is what we're gonna call it for tonight. Sorry for the heavy. Sorry for the heavy. Thank you all for coming, tuning in tonight. My name is April Hill. You can find me at stiletto_assassin on Instagram and stiletto DM on Twitter. Let's go around and talk to everybody and try to get out of the sadness. Ash.
Hi guys, I'm Brianna, also known as Utahime on the social medias, cosplayer, streamer, TTRPG performer. If you want to see what I am up to on a regular basis, please be sure to follow Utahime Cosplay. Again, Facebook, Instagram, here on Twitch, where I occasionally stream. I'll probably be streaming tomorrow, and Brianna DeCoster on Twitter. You can catch me this Wednesday for the premiere of Tayar on that_D'Angelo's page, his channel. So be sure to check that out. It's going to be really fun. You'll see, if you follow him, all of the information as far as that campaign is concerned. But definitely stay tuned. It's 5 p.m. Pacific time for that premiere this Wednesday.
All right. Sugar Cyrus, also known as Calvin.
That's a secret. I mean, hey, what can I say? It's been J Casual, all social media at just2casual, and Casual Creativity on Twitch, variety streamer, storyteller, wordsmith, all-around entertainer, and future publisher of Deep Breath RPG, the retrofuturistic high fantasy inspired by shonen JRPGs. You can catch me on Gilding Light. Not tomorrow. We are taking a break because Gen Con wore most of the cast out. I'm the only one who doesn't sleep. We'll be back for She is the Ancient Season 2 next Tuesday. And you'll also be able to, prior to that, catch me on Far Realms having existential crises every 10 minutes. There's other things in the pipeline, so stay tuned, because the rules is you inhale anticipation, explore the deep breath, and exhale excitement.
Ooh, I like this a lot. I like that a lot. That was really good. That was a good one. I like
Working on those taglines.
Yep, it was good. It was a good one. That was a really good one. Peggy Sue.
I don't have a tagline. No, hi, I'm Taryn, also known as Valrook across the socials. I am a generally creative human TTRPG performer and GM here on the Initiative Order. Every Monday, obviously, you can catch me on Vault. Every other Sunday, I am the GM for Far Realms, a Cult Divinity Lost Homebrew campaign, where I peel back the veil on a false reality and terrorize my players and feed my eldritch soul. I am every other Tuesday as well on DM Screenings channel. I play a Hexblood Druid who is 100% chaos and a little cinnamon roll. So you want to catch us there every other Tuesday. I am also the creative behind Umbral Oculus Dice. That is UO_dice on Instagram. I have a link in the bio for my shop, merchandise, and a upcoming shop update. I do have current stock there now, so go check it out and do the thing.
Yeah.
While I cry.
Sorry.
You're welcome.
Fucking cool. That was something good.
Sure. My name is Justin. I play Mr. Marcus Cole, who is currently thinking, as he hears the guitar, what was that? Was that the talk? No, it was him killing a ghoul man-child. That's what did it. That's what fixed them. That's what
gave me my soul.
Peggy was very willing to raise that kid. I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh,
We're raising one child.
I know. Peggy needs all the babies.
All right. Thank you all again for tuning in. Again, we will be live. We're live every Monday here on the Initiative Order at 6:30 p.m. Pacific. And you can catch all of our previous episodes on VOD on our YouTube channel. Yes.
Yes.
I do want to make a quick plug thing in general for TIO.
Oh, yes.
It's just because, if I may, it's only because this episode was a heavy and intense one, dealing with a lot of very specific themes. And the reason I want to bring that up is because TIO, as ambassadors for Jaspers Game Day, we want to make sure that it's known that we work hard to support people when they're feeling alone, lost, and other things that really bring your energy levels down. Because no person is a natural one. To us, you're all natural 20s. You are a critical successes in your life. So if ever there's any moment that you're feeling lost, alone, or scared, please do not be afraid to reach out. I know, at least to myself, and I know the rest of the cast kind of feel that way. If you need someone to talk to in a moments of crisis, please try to reach out. And that, I know that stands for what TIO stands for. So we just want to make sure you know we love and support you and wish to do that whenever we can, however we can.
Yes. So, yes, go out, love one another, get a little wasted now and then, not too wasted. Yeah, so we will see you all again later this week for some other good shows and next week here on Vault. Bye, y'all.